Okay.
All right. So since you are new, Jared, I'm gonna let you choose which one you want to start with.
Okay. I'm going to start with Carousel and Matterhorn, actually.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm going to keep the Matterhorn track,
Good.
but it's going to be kind of a runaway carousel idea where
Ooh.
you're on the backs of the carousel horses that break free from the carousel. It's kind of like a Tron light cycle setup. So you're like actually straddling the
Meets
horse.
Mary Poppins.
That's
vibe.
cool.
And it takes you through, yeah, it pretty much takes you through all the different lands of fairy tales, like you see Cinderella's castle, Belle's castle, and stuff, and you end up back at the carousel.
I really like that, actually.
That's cute. I like that a lot.
It kind of incorporates all of Fantasyland, which is cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought of it the second I got those two, and I was like, yes, this needs to be a thing.
Well, and it incorporates more of Fantasyland in a more thrilling way than like Storybook Canal.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
All right, Armida.
Ooh, okay. I'll probably start with the one that I think is the most like wholesome in a way. Radiator Springs and Enchanted Wish. I wanted to think about keeping the ride system for racers, but I couldn't. I just don't think that the stories line up for that all that well. So I basically came up with a kiddie ride version of racers. And it's just like a walkthrough of the Cars movie, essentially.
That's cute though.
Yeah, it's like it'll be cute. Like the parts that like where Snow White's running away and it's all dark and stuff. Could be like lightning getting lost, like you could be like on the freeway with all the cars coming at you to kind of like get that like little bit of suspense. But the thing that I thought for the end was the last animatronic that they put in there, because they made a big deal out of that ending. So I wanted to have it overlooking the canyon at the very end with McQueen and Sally sitting there at their little table, and then Mater shows up, like literally just floats up behind them on the helicopter as like the big animatronic thing. Yeah,
That's really cute.
Very wholesome.
Very wholesome.
All right, Sky, what do you want to start with?
I'm gonna go with Incredicoaster and Monsters Inc.
Okay.
So I'm keeping the Incredibles like ride system and track, but with a Monsters Inc. overlay. So I really want the music to be a remixed version of the Monsters Inc. theme. I think it'd be really, really cool. So the preference of the ride is basically you are hunting down Randall as he kidnapped Boo, which is a lot like the first Monsters Inc. ride. So it isn't really different. But every one of the different like tunnels is a different door that you go into. And I really want to retheme those like animatronic doors and stuff like that. So it feels like you're being transported to a different place. I think that'd be really, really cool.
I like that a lot.
That's cool.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my least fun of all my options, Golden Zephyr and Big Thunder Mountain. So, Armida, I am so very sorry to do this. I want to keep the Big Thunder Mountain area and the setup, but use the Golden Zephyr mechanism.
Okay.
And have it as you are a simple ride of you are paragliding over the Wild Wild West.
It gives me Soarin' vibes.
A little bit like outdoor Soarin', like, but just, the West, type
I would
vibes.
enjoy Golden Zephyr that way. Yeah.
And I think that it's more fitting with Frontierland because, Frontierland is all about exploration. And so if you're keeping the idea of that exploration of Big Thunder Mountain, and things like that. You would just take away railroad. You could call it like Big Thunder Mountain Hang Gliding Company, or something along those lines. But I just really like the idea of something tame, something kind of chill that stayed with the theme of adventure, in Frontierland.
Yeah.
That actually really works for it.
That could be the new wildest ride in the wilderness.
Not Tower of Terror.
Not Tower of Terror anymore. It's gone.
Jared will appreciate this. So when I was in Disney 2 weeks ago, I sent them a Snapchat video of myself outside of Big Thunder Mountain going, Hollywood, 1939. Amid the glitz and the glitter of a bustling young movie town at the height of its golden age.
Love it.
I did the same thing. I didn't send it to y'all, but I stood outside of Tower of Terror and went, because this is the wildest ride in the wilderness. And everybody looked at me like I had 10 heads. Everyone who was around while I was filming that looked at me like I had 10 heads. So
we still need to make that a shirt. Like I
really
Yeah,
do.
we gotta work on that.
We'll work on that.
All right, Jared,
Right.
what is your second one?
Okay, my second one is Small World and Soren. And I hate to do this to Soren, but I'm taking out the video for Soren. I'm completely animating it. And it's still going to be like Soren Around the World vibes, but it is going to be to the iconic song, It's a Small World.
That though.
I love.
I kind of love that. Will, okay.
I like it a lot.
This question though, will we still get a leaning Eiffel Tower of Paris?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I'm on board with that then.
If they're going to make it a cartoon, we're going to make it so that it shapes.
It's straight.
Yes.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you. They don't, because they love the leaning Eiffel Tower, but I do not.
We do. We love
Right,
it.
Amita.
Alrighty. I think I'm gonna go with Frozen and Gadget's Go Coaster.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, honey. I actually am gonna keep Gadget Go Coaster's ride system. I'm so sorry. I kind of want it to be a thrill ride inspired by Frozen 2 and the landscape of that forest.
I kind of love it.
I know you love Frozen 2.
You
I was like,
kind
he's
of
gonna
just made
die.
up for it.
I did make up for it. I'm really good at that. No, and then like going and like meeting all the spirits, and like each corner that you turn, you're interacting with one of the different spirits. So that was the idea. And I want the trees to be like super tall too, the way that they are in the movie, like with that like never ending like abyss of like trees all around you. That's what I want.
Yes.
Where would you put it?
Where would I put it?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Probably by Matterhorn, TBH.
So
That'd be
Fantasyland.
fitting, yeah.
Fantasyland, yeah.
Okay.
And then there's Kristoff screaming, lost in the woods in the back.
Oh, I need that. I need an animatronic of Kristoff just like staring angst, like being his angsty self on a like sitting on a rock crying somewhere. I need that.
Yes.
I also need there to be, as you
Yeah.
round a corner, an Olaf going, Samantha?
You know when you go
Wait,
through
that's
the
when you get
cave?
off. Yes.
In the beginning, when you go through the cave, that could be there. And then instead of those like frogs that are like on the pond, it's just Kristoff crying.
Mhm.
All
I
right,
love Kristoff.
so my next one is Autopia and the Pixar Pal Around.
Oh, do share.
Oh, boy.
So since the Pal Around is Pixar themed, I decided to go with the same track of Autopia. But each car is themed to another Pixar character. And it's kind of, I really wanted to bring it back to the original in Disneyland, where you would go like through iconic set pieces and stuff. So everywhere you turn is a different set piece from one of the Pixar films. So there's going to be the Paradise Falls waterfall with the up house. And since right next to it is Nemo, I want to put a buoy with all of the birds, the seagulls and stuff. And then I want to put the mysterious cottage from Brave, and then the giant bear from Brave as well. I don't know what else I would put in there that would really fit, but I do want to do it some kind of way where all of the major Pixar movies are featured.
You could do one of the lands too from Inside Out,
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
or like the memory bank or something.
I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
thinking about this, having Wally like pick up garbage or something,
Mm-hmm.
Well, how
because that would
cute.
fit
That's like
as well, because it's right next to Tomorrowland too.
Mm-hmm.
that reminds me of like Storybook Canals, but Pixar.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
like
that's
that
what
a
I
lot.
kind of wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Since all of it is Pixar themed anyway, just bring in all those characters that are featured and put them on Autopia.
Nice.
It was kind of giving
I
me
love that.
backlot tour, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's
Rip.
cool. That's really cool.
Rip. Okay. I'm gonna go with Figment and Astro Orbiter. So y'all know how much I love Figment and how much I hate Astro Orbiter. But I chose to keep the Astro Orbiter sort of set thing here.
I kind of
And
feel like I know
so-
where you're going with this.
I hate that you know that.
The ending,
So-
right?
I'm imagining that, you get into this elevator to go to Astro Orbiter, right? And I'm imagining you get in and, you're greeted on like a video screen, by Figment saying like, hello, blah, 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 welcome to my open house, where imagination is a blast. And that's when your
That's
elevator
what I was
goes
thinking of.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate you so
Same.
much.
I thought the same thing.
And then you go up, you get into your neon painted, rocket ships, whatever. And you're riding your rocket ships through Figment, essentially through Figment's open house, which is outdoors. There's like little things to see. You can move your things up and down to get through like targets, see it from different perspectives. And the entire time you're riding, you have to listen to one little spark.
Oh, yay.
And yes, up above, there will be the iconic moon with Channing.
Oh.
Imagination. Yep.
Imagination.
Mhm.
Well, I know what I'm never going
This is where they
on.
hate me.
All right, Jared.
Okay. I'm avoiding Mine Train with every fiber of my being. We're gonna go with Dinosaur X Star Tours.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I am keeping the dinosaur track because I do like that
Yes.
track. The idea that I had was kind of like you're in a speeder with Luke in the original movie, and he's bobbing and weaving with you because everyone's trying to take you out. And there's creatures coming on to the track, there's aliens and everything. And his goal is to, he doesn't care about you initially, but he's just like, I want first place. And so because of that, you're somehow still alive and with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like this desert setting. And I thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
it's
about
very
what
fitting.
the ending would be, like tying it into dinosaur. Like, what would
We're
you
not gonna
do?
make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you know how you go into the giant dinosaur?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you would put there. You could have like one of those giant like boulders like crash or something.
Or you
Or a
could
speeder get
reverse it.
destroyed.
Or you could like reverse it to where instead of something coming on top of you, it could look like you were going into the sandworm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
But you like
That's
just barely
cool.
miss it or something.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Disney, if you're listening, please do this. We
Please,
need this
please.
more than what we have now.
All right, Amrita.
Okay. I think the next one I'm gonna do. Let's just stay in that like area of like thrill ride. Runaway Railway and Grizzly River Rapids. I'm gonna keep Grizzly's system as much as I don't like it because I don't like getting my hair wet. I'm gonna keep it because I feel like the new Mickey Mouse cartoon is like you could pretty much do anything with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I feel like you could have it be like a camping trip gone wrong with like the chaos of that particular cartoon, and you could still keep that with Grizzly's system. So
Mm-hmm.
Right.
that is the idea that I'm going with, like the theme of like Mickey and Minnie are just like going off on a camping trip and something goes wrong.
And Runaway Railway does have that, going over the waterfall and then under the
Mhm.
sea,
Exactly.
piece to it.
Mhm.
So it is fitting.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't there like a giant bear in one of them?
Yes.
In the
Yeah.
camping?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that would already
Yeah.
work as well.
It already
Yeah.
works. You keep the bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Sky.
So should I do Rock and Roller Coaster and Slinky Dog Dash, or should I do Cali River Rapids and Mission Breakout?
Save Callie for last.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Okay.
really want to hear that one last. Yeah.
Okay, so Rock and Roller Coaster and Slinky Dog Dash. So I decided to make it you are walking essentially through Andy's house, and then you end up in his room, where he decides to make the Slinky Dog track in the dark and have it glowing. I really wanted to keep like all of the Toy Story music inside of the attraction to fit it more to Toy Story. I don't know what songs I would put in there, but I really wanted to have that like aesthetic of you are transported into that film as one of the toys.
Well, I mean, like you've got a friend in me. You've got that really depressing, I won't
When
be
somebody loved me.
Okay,
That'll
well,
be it. That'll be it.
Yeah,
Just
they're all right.
The sad
Well,
song
then.
in the entire roller coaster.
All right. Well, then on that note, so I am going to go with Everest and Little Mermaid. So I'm thinking about keeping the ride system for Everest and retheming the mountain of Everest to look more like the castle in Atlantica. And which Pat's automatically in love with because he loves Atlantica because he loves Little Mermaid. So,
please do that. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm great.
You need a moment?
I'm perfect. No.
Okay, don't worry. It's going to get better.
We're good.
So the premise of the ride is that you are on a chase with Sebastian to find Ariel because she's late for the concert. And so, he's swimming like uphill, whatever. You're like chasing around Ariel, where are you? And where the tracks are like ripped up at the top of the mountain is where you're going to come face to face with the shark.
The shark.
Why do you know every single thing that I'm going to do? I hate this level of friendship so much sometimes. God, because you already know where I'm going to go with Disco Yeti.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
Is it just the shark
Yeti?
though?
Well,
or is it
just
Undertow
the
from Little Mermaid 2?
No, it's just the shark.
I like that idea though.
At least in my idea, you could do a giant Ursula.
Yep.
And go on. Yeah, and she's trying to grab you. Yeah.
Disco Ursula.
Disco Ursula. Yes. With Flotsam and Jetsam. And then at the end, right before you pull back into the quote unquote train station or the concert hall, you find, there's a giant clamshell. It opens up and Ariel is in there.
Oh, that's cute.
I really like that.
You could like end it with Under the Sea.
Mm-hmm. She needs a good thrill ride. So that's why I went with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really agree with that.
Not some leftover Omnimovers from the Seas with Nemo and Friends.
And you could use the disco lights for Disco Yeti as Flotsam and Jetsam being electric eels.
Ooh,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Giving us thus Disco Ursula.
All right.
All right, last
Jared,
one.
Do you have it?
Oh god.
Or do you want help?
So I had two ideas, which they go in the opposite direction. I just couldn't think of like more specific details for either of them because I had a thought of making the Tale of Snow White into a water ride.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
But I was also thinking of like the Avatar deer that you see in Flight of Passage.
Yes.
I was thinking like that idea on Mine Train where you're going through the land of Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really like that.
You're
That'd
on
be
like
awesome.
the horses or whatever they are.
The Banshees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like
Some
the
more-
like the actual horses like on the ground.
Yeah, like the
actually,
ones
like
that
trudging through the forest.
yeah, the ones that the Navi hunt on.
Nice. I say it'd almost be more
I would like that better.
It'd be more like a watered down, like Kitty Hagrid's type version of Flights of Passage.
But at the same time, I feel like you could do so much with it that could like elevate it to that level. Because it's Avatar. There's so much like different like wildlife and creatures on that planet that it would totally work.
Yeah. So I had both ideas. I just didn't have details for either of them. I didn't know which way to go.
That's okay. Sometimes it do be like that.
It'd be like that, yeah.
It do.
All right, Armida.
All right. So Midway Mania and Tea Party was actually a lot easier than I thought because Madeline immediately said gaming system, and that changed my perspective entirely. Because I cannot stand Midway Mania. So I was thinking like a gaming system that's going through like different parts of the Mad Tea Party table. And I just feel like I feel like the characters themselves actually would enjoy that kind of atmosphere anyway. Like making a mess of everything and like competing with each other and like causing problems, stuff like that. But I really want like the ending, like in the last round when you're just getting the bonus points to be like, it's kind of taking it from Alice in Wonderland a little bit, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here. But when the cake explodes at the end, I kind of wanted to end that way too, where like you're trying to hit the cake target and then it just like explodes.
I mean, instead of the dynamite
like,
blast. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. It'd be fun.
That's a good idea.
I'd like that better, but I want an actual like gaming system I can operate without murdering my hand. That would be great.
All right, so my last one, Cali River Rapids and Mission Breakout. So I kind of took, well, actually, I got help from Madeline with this because at first I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I was honestly waiting to see if he was going to give me credit.
So I'm going to say we,
Yes, we.
Instead of going with Guardians 1, we decided to go with Guardians 2. And instead of having like the collector and you're going through his warehouse, we decided to have it as Ego's Planet. So you start at Ego's Planet, and outside I want to have the giant white ship that you pass by, and then you go through his house and you see all of his like creations and stuff like that. And I want to keep the same ride of Cali River Rapids kind of the same, but have it more themed to that planet, with like crazy like mystifying stuff instead of that like weird forest being burned down. And then at the end, when you go down that giant waterfall, I want to have it so how in the movie, like when you're on that like little tiny sled thing when he's like flying around, I want to have all those bubbles come up, and you go through that instead, and all of the different like the room changes like all these different crazy colors, and you really get like the Guardians feel, and it ends with Hooked on a Feeling. So like you're listening to the Guardians cassette.
High five, virtual high five. We did it.
Woo! Let's go.
Woo! Boom. We killed it.
We did that.
Crushed it.
All right. I'm so sorry. I got Mater's Junkyard and Spaceship Earth.
I'm really so scared. Sorry.
What did you do to my baby?
So I'm keeping Spaceship Earth.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let Mater narrate it.
Oh my god!
No!
Wait, you could do all the people like the cars. You could change them all to the cars.
They're all gonna the time rovers are gonna be Mater in the cars instead, and it's gonna be honestly a Spaceship Earth.
I kind of love this.
You got rid of Dame Judi Dench for Larry the Cable Guy?
But I just kept hearing in my head, if you can read this, well, you had better thank them there Phoenicians.
Okay, that one's fair.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I also just waited till the end because I wanted that to be the last thing that y'all heard.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I want to see like the photos that they take of you, but as cars. So like they turn you into a car.
Say cheese. All right,
oh
now that their picture's all done.
Oh, that'd be so great. Yes, we need this. We need this. ASAP.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
I am deceased.
So before
that concludes the traction rewind.
Before we get out of here, I do want to do 0 to hero. So Jared, I'm gonna let you go first since you are our guest.
Okay. My 0 is probably I was also in Disney World last week. I just came home on when was it? Friday. So I was there for the 50th, but it was very bittersweet to come home because I was there for 2 weeks. So it was one of those things where it's like, I'm ready to go home, but I miss Disney again.
Oh, that's so sad. Believe me, I know it was very bittersweet. Like knowing like that I was there the week before the 50th. And like, I mean, I'm going back at the end of this month, but like, I was like, man, I'm missing it by like a week.
Yeah.
I feel that. What's your hero?
My hero is I actually started a new job yesterday.
Ooh,
Yeah.
exciting.
Congrats.
Thank you. So I'm excited to do that. It's a bit different than what I'm used to doing because I'm, a theater kid who worked retail. So
Mhm.
now I'm
Been
and
there,
now
done that.
I'm a banker. So it's
Oh, that's awesome.
Did it.
It's a change of
Right.
pace, but I'm very excited for it.
Yeah.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, Armida.
I don't really have a 0 this week, you guys.
Awesome.
You did have
That's
that one
good.
really. You did have that one really, really awful appointment.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
I did. But like that wasn't my problem. What?
That really wasn't. No.
It was, but like, I mean, I work in like upscale retail, essentially, is what I do. Like really bougie upscale retail. So every now and then you're gonna have Karens. Even though there are, how do I say this without saying it? There are pieces of paper that say, people are liable for certain things, and those things are signed, and sometimes people just think they're above, legal signatures and stuff like that, and all that jazz. So that was interesting. But at the same time, like, I feel like I have my hero at the same time is that like I have felt so rewarded by what I do. Because like the bride herself was just like needed someone to just be there for her. And so I feel extremely rewarded by like the presence that I can be for them. It's like a true say yes to the dress experience. I just take them in the room and they're like, okay, I'm here for you. I'm not here for her. I'm here for you. All that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of my shtick this week.
So what was your hero?
My hero, well, I could give you another one if you want one, because we started watching On My Block this week, season 4. Let's go. I'm really excited. Sky watched ahead of me.
Shocker.
So
thank you for calling me out.
He's not patient.
Oh no, you were the one who suggested that we watch it together. I was like, do you want to watch it separately? I have a day off. I can just like chill. And he's like, no, we should watch it together. We got through maybe like 5 episodes. And then this evening, he's like, yeah, I finished.
I didn't finish. I got to episode 10. I'm sorry. I didn't have anything else to do. And
it was your idea.
Drag him, Armida.
It was your idea.
You're not missing anything anyway. I feel like this season was really lacking.
I said, did you finish it because you didn't like it, or did you finish it because you wanted to wait for me? And he was like, both.
Anyway, Madeline, what was yours?
Well, I mean, my 0 was obviously today. Just the fact that like for the umpteenth thousandth day in a row, I had to yell at this one class, and then another teacher yelled at this one class, and just certain things were said and certain excuses tried to be made that just were not viable excuses at all, and were actually just a load of crap. So that just like really pissed me off and like put me in a really bad mood for the rest of the day. But hero, I mean, honestly, I can't even really give you one right now. Like that's how badly my day, like how badly that like affected my day. And stress with other things like trying to prepare for homecoming, next weekend, things like that, have just been on me, I guess. If I had to pick one, my cousin's bachelorette party is this weekend. So we're going for that. I can't say where, just in case she hears or if someone else hears, because she doesn't know, and she wanted it to be a surprise until she gets on the plane or gets to the airport. So I'm not gonna say, but I am. It's somewhere I go a lot. It's not Disney. I will preface it with that. But it is somewhere I go a lot, and so I'm excited to kind of get to share my knowledge about that place with her and her group of friends and get to hang out with them. But I mean, honestly, that's kind of what's just getting me through at this point. It's been a really rough couple days. So
Sorry.
it's fine. I guess we could do another here that Sky was actually nice to me today. Genuinely nice to me. So
we all have our faulty moments.
There was like a good like 0.5 second span where he was nice to her and mean to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's rare nowadays.
Sometimes the roles flip. You never know.
Yeah, it's rare nowadays.
It lasted all of 5 seconds, but it happened.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. Oh, wait, just kidding. Sky.
It's okay. It's fine.
Wow.
Sorry.
I know. I'm not important. It's fine.
Oh, stop.
Honestly, I don't really have either. I mean, my job just kind of kicked my butt recently because my management is really, really bad. And a lot of people are getting let go or fired over really dumb reasons. And my like amazing coworkers are choosing to leave, and it's just really hard seeing it happen and the way it's happening. Like this doesn't really involve me, but it still affected me in like a really bad way. One of the people that I work with who I absolutely adore, and like she calls me her son, like it's a really, really close relationship, which is really nice that I have someone like that at like my job or whatever. This girl that we, are working with, she's not a great person. And she almost got me arrested a couple years ago. And she ended up working at my job. And she came in intoxicated, let me preface this, and she told everyone how this girl is an alcoholic and a drug addict, and goes to all these AA meetings and does really, really crappy things, completely lied to all of our management team, and now she's being let go over stuff she never did or never even said. So it's really, really hard right now to see it happen to someone that I care about. But other than that, my hero, What If, I'm obsessed over that show, and I'm really excited to see how it ends tonight with someone that I love, so it'll be fun. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for listening to the Dream a Fantastic Dream podcast. Jared, before we go, where can they find you?
So I am on Instagram. It's my name, Jared Covert. It's spelled Jerad and then Covert. That's my Instagram handle. My TikTok it's me, Jared Covert. If people want to add me on Snapchat, they can. It's still
already
just
followed each other on Instagram as of 5 minutes ago, so I'm going to take care of TikTok right now.
Sweet. No, for sure. I really, really am so happy that you got to come on and hang out with us. It really means a lot to me, just like bringing random people in and just hanging out and talking Disney. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah. It's fun to bring in listeners too, because like you already know, like, some of our like inside stuff that we've talked about, before and things like that. So it's a lot of fun to get to come on with listeners, too, rather than just like random people that like we find to bring in.
Sure.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. And, if you guys ever need somebody to come on again, I'm more than happy to come back.
Say less.
Trivia night 3.
Please.
We need to start that. I'm so excited. We're bringing you back.
Okay. I am so ready for that.
But as always, do all the things. Go and join our Discord server. Go check out the merch store that we are having a blast doing and creating content for you guys. It really means a lot to us. Make sure to leave a 4 or 5-star review, maybe even a really bad comment or two trashing us, because that's fun. We get that a lot, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But as always, dream a fantastic dream.